you looking for valuable business advice to reach that 7-figure revenue mark? Do you want actionable tips to properly navigate through every business challenge you encounter along the way? Let Tersh Blissett and Josh Crouch be your guide in getting you to the top here at Service Business Mastery. Tune in as they sit down with world-renowned authors in business, leadership, and personal growth who share valuable insights about management, marketing, pricing, human resources, and so much more. Let their nuggets of wisdom gold guide you in owning a thriving, profitable, and ever-growing business. Here are your hosts, Tersh and Josh.
Hello, everyone out there in podcast world. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You're listening to or watching the Service Business Mastery podcast, and you have the wonderful me and Josh here to talk about what are we talking about again?
Text messaging.
I'm just kidding.
Are you sure?
No,
I'm not sure if you're like overtired now from the Vegas thing, and it's just kind of
it's like delirious and yeah. But
I know I saw you drinking a Coke and a coffee at the same time. So I don't know what that's
two of them. Julie just brought me in a refill and
oh boy,
and a Diet Coke. Here.
Our poor guest.
Mobile Mary, she is not a dispensary. So just so you know, I had the pleasure of talking with Mary for a little bit before the show. And she's from California. I should have gone over there, and she has a daughter here in Savannah. So I should have gone and said, hey, when we were stuck over there trying to get out of town last week. But anyways, we're going to talk about text messaging. They do a lot of marketing, their entire marketing agency, but they've been doing text messaging since the first
iPhone, if you can believe that.
That was back before it was actually cool. Which is it's not cool. Like, don't text me because I won't respond. But yeah. Anyways, welcome to the show, Mary.
Hello. Hi.
Howdy.
I like that. Text marketing before was cool.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you have going on.
Oh, you're so sweet. And thank you again for having me on the show. That's so kind of you. It was so fun that we know people in common, even though we're all over the country.
Yeah.
Which is so fun.
Absolutely. I don't have anybody that wears cheese heads though.
Yes, you do.
Really?
Right there.
Other than that fellow.
I will surprise you one of these days.
I can't wait to see that cheese hat. Yes. And allegiance to your industry, HVAC, my best friend growing up, her father had a thriving business that his son is now running. So it's kind of fun to see the full circle conversations. But so then they call me Mobile Mary because I am a mobile and social expert. I did start a software company called Brilliant Mobile in the inception of really the iPhone in 2007. We helped Kawasaki drive over 93,000 new customers using a text message. Believe it or not. Wow. And we'll kind of talk about this because pre-show we were talking about the legalities, all that stuff. Yeah. So I actually have a resource at the end of your show for people who want to know what to do, what not to do, and how to make text marketing really something that works for your company, creates a relationship with your customers, makes them really feel heard and loved. So it really creates a great community as well as a great relationship with your customers.
So I could dive deep into a rabbit holes with this conversation because I basically picked the CRM that we are using back in 2017 whenever we decided to go with them based on the text messaging ability and the automation surrounding the text messaging. With that being said, as business owners, there's a lot of stuff we have going on, and to add something else to the mix is often very difficult.
Yes.
But if someone's not using the CRM that we're using, we use ServiceTitan, and most of our listeners know that. If they're not using ServiceTitan, if they're not using a CRM that has text messaging abilities, is there a platform out there that we can create some sort of automation that will send messages to them? And then what kind of messages should we even be sending to the homeowners?
Yes. So You probably could use any software that has the back-end capability to integrate. So there's software called like Zapier and
Yeah.
that you can integrate any software you want into a current CRM. So you're not limited. A lot of times people don't have the time or the technical knowledge to like do that. So they just take whatever's there. And sometimes the third-party applications aren't the best. So if you're frustrated with what you have, just know you can always switch that out. It's not a problem. Just have somebody who knows what they're doing. Easy peasy. And when you asked what they would send out, so mobile marketing, right from the beginning, the FCC basically said, we don't want this to become a spam situation like email did.
They don't
Like
want marketers to ruin it.
Right.
The marketers ruin everything.
They do. Right. They ruin everything. So they wanted to, from the very beginning, so you can't legally buy a list of mobile numbers. It's all permission based. And you kind of see now that email has kind of moved in that direction. Like you have to confirm that you want the emails, right? Because it's permission based. But sadly, it's a little bit too late. Now people have so much.
Right. Oh yeah.
Right. So when you get your customers to opt into your list, so there's actually no data entry for the business owner, which is awesome. And they could do that either by texting in or scanning a QR code or clicking on a link on your website, whatever. They're instantly into your list. And as you mentioned before, automation is king. Like if you can get your funnel built so you don't have to think about it, you can actually focus on what you love to do, which is run your business, not worrying about all the tech and the marketing stuff. So that's my goal, is to help our clients get everything set up and then forget it, which is awesome.
So the FCC, you mentioned that the opting in and everything, is that only if we're marketing to them, not notifying them of updates? Or because I'm wondering why most of the CRMs out there, they're just now forcing us to create, opt in, fill out this form and everything, because up until recently we weren't technically marketing to them. We were just notifying them that we're heading to their home, we're on our way,
Right.
and we have a reminder that you have a call scheduled for tomorrow, blah blah blah. I'm wondering if that's how they kind of skirted that.
Yeah, they were kind of let's just say using a loophole, but they've basically been doing it illegal this whole time. The FCC basically says this is a permission-based only platform. And they were kind of using it as like, well, it's like you're personally, if you're a small company and you personally text your customers saying, hey, I'm on my way, right? That's okay. But when it comes to a professional platform, they're saying, no, if you're coming from a professional platform, you have to use it just like you would anything else, email, etc. You have to get permission. And because professional platforms have to have a way for you to get off easily, right? So if you just reply stop, you're sucked right off the list. But if they were on your personal phone,
right,
that doesn't work. So there's no consumer protection, so to speak. And also in the fine print of your personal phone contract, it says you may not use this as a professional device. In fact, they will block you if you try to send a group message of, I don't know,
funny.
Each carrier is different, but if there's a certain number that they will say, they will not send any more to it, and you have to do it. So I had clients who, there was a fight promoter and he had like thousands of people on his list. He would spend 2 days before a fight sending out a group message to all the people on his list in like, I think 10-person increments. It was crazy.
Holy, no, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was nuts. And so now he just sends one message, boom, it goes out to everybody, and he can stagger it if he wants, or he can just
talk about a huge waste of time.
Oh my God. So with marketing in today's world, because obviously Apple's made a bunch of updates for privacy and to try to get people to opt out of stuff, which I'm sure Apple's still using the data however they want, just not allowing anyone else to use it. So 100%. I mean, it's kind of right.
It doesn't apply to them. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Right. Of course, they're bigger than the laws and stuff. So
sure,
to get people to opt into your list, like as an HVAC business, not the most exciting thing in the world. They may not want updates from you because they only really
yourself there, Joshua.
You know as well as I do. Nobody wants to see you until it's broken.
Even then, they don't want to see me.
Yeah, because they know the bill, right? The bill's going to be high. Is there strategies and things that you help businesses come up with to get people to actually want to opt into your list?
Yes. Yes. There's all kinds of incentives. Like there's whole strategy is obviously there's all kinds of incentives, but in your business specifically, you're right. People really don't want to hear from you unless there's something wrong or you can help them prevent something from going wrong. So in your industry, obviously, I don't know if it's every 3 months or every 6 months. I'm sure you do like a checkup and update their Freon or whatever it is. If I remember from back in the
Mary's
day.
not getting hired as a technician today.
Come on.
Mary, I could drive to all
I'm telling you, Mary does better than most of my applicants already. So
she at least knows what Freon is, right?
Do they know? Do they even use Freon anymore?
No, not really.
No.
What's the stuff that makes it cold then?
A refrigerant, but Freon's a trademark name for R22. That's really not.
It's pretty much out of.
Yeah, it's pretty much outdated. Puron was.
It's okay though. Most people when they call on the phone, they're like, "How much is your Freon?"
Yeah, we know what they're talking about.
Yeah, we know what they're saying. But
we just upgraded our entire HVAC system. We have an upstairs and downstairs unit. This giant thing in the backyard, and he did say you never have to worry about that anymore. So I was like,
really?
Yeah.
Well,
so
he
I guess
lied
they're guaranteed. You know, Bob's word.
No, I'm
made
just
it
kidding.
work.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I love
So, anyways, but to your question specifically, and I'm so sorry, I'm trying to talk to you, but you're over here, so I'm looking back. So I'm trying to look at myself. So
You're good. You're good, Mary. You're killing
anyways,
it.
but I think the biggest thing, I know this sounds goofy, but humor. Humor is a great way to keep people on your list, keep people, interested in getting your messages because, I don't know if you've ever, I used to have a software, I can never remember the name of it. But as it was loading, it would have all these little funny sayings like our monkeys are working overtime and our hamsters are
I've
on the
seen
wheel.
stuff like that.
I have too. Yeah.
So anyways, they would just have little funny things. So, but that's the thing. You want something to be valuable to your customers, something that they know that in an instant. Also with text marketing, depending on your software, ours of course has this, but some of yours might have it. You can do two-way texting. So sadly, people don't want to talk to humans anymore. They just want a quick answer. So if they can text your landline number, which we can activate for text marketing, or they can text back to the short code or 800 number, we provide all three. They can actually ask questions and you can answer them really quickly. Like, oh, our guy's on the way, or, oh, here's a link to pay your bill or whatever it is. So statistics show that people are texting businesses, even if they don't have that capability, they just get a bounce back message and get frustrated.
Yeah.
So that's another tip that they could service.
Is it true? Is it true that if you have an 800 number, you don't have to register it?
Oh, no.
It still has to be registered.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's I don't know the software that you use, but each carrier has certain rules. And so the software that you use should be registering those numbers on your behalf.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be something you have to do. So I'm just not clear with what
I don't know. I read that in a forum somewhere that there was and forums, they're always right. So
they never get off topic. Never give you bad information. I mean, Reddit's the source of all truth on earth, right?
It is. Are you telling me it's not? We're gonna have a fight here. It's definitely
if you get any information on the interwebs, it's all true all the time.
It's all true. It's all true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was curious
politically right now, everything is all true. Yes.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Take it to the bank.
That's great.
Yeah.
What were you gonna ask, Josh?
So no, I was just gonna say so we humor, which I mean I would think I'm sure there's some guys out there that can come up with some humorous things. So educational updates, like if a blog post. So I'm in marketing too, so we do blog posts for people that are educational. We try to be timely with those. Right. Some, you can't always be timely. You try to answer certain queries, but is there any other type of things that you're seeing that people actually want to see and are not opting out?
Yes. So we came up with this concept years ago. We first started working with AM/PM mini marts. So they wanted to use text marketing to be able to drive people to get gas at their gas station when there was like 4 on a corner, right? So why go to Arco when you could go to Shell or, Chevron or whatever. So we started doing it. So we want to have some kind of incentive for people to first get on the list. I mean, it's, basic marketing is what's in it for me. right? I mean, I should say human nature. So they were giving away, I think, a 22-ounce soda, which cost them, I don't know, 13 cents. So to get people to stay on the list, so they didn't just opt in to get that free soda and then opt out, we said one person every month has a chance to win. It would be one person every month who would win a $50 gas card. So they were collecting thousands of people on their list, but only one person would win. But that was enough of a carrot that kept people on the list. So when they would send out a message saying, you know, you didn't win this time, but stay tuned. You're in the running for next month's card. Make sure you stop by for a fill up and get a free coffee with more than 8 gallons. And so we were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You know, so they would drive by on their way home, get their free coffee, and they would stay on the list. So anything you can do to keep it in, you know, kind of keep that carrot in front of them. Maybe you're going to raffle once a month, have complimentary, if I could speak. You know,
I gave that whole like tongue twister thing to
I
you.
was not gonna say that, but I mean, it shoe fits.
I was just smart enough to get it done before we went on air.
Well, no,
I've got this delay on my side, so I'm like, la 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 la.
So how about so would being funny, like say like, you know, why do you take an extra pair of socks with you when you go golfing in case you get a hole in one?
Oh, dad joke.
So like that's good, right? Yeah. So I mean, we could just send those out daily, and people would stay on our list forever, right?
Well, kinda, yeah, as long as it applies. But I think seriously, you don't have to. In fact, I encourage you not to over text. Text is one piece of the marketing puzzle. Something that I've been saying for years, and then when something happens and I get to say, yay, was when like Facebook went down 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Facebook went down for 5 whole hours. It was glorious, right? We all took a breath. Oh, we were to check. It's so nice. But my customers were sending texts to their people saying, hey, Facebook might be down, but we're open. Come on in. And here's, you know, a free coffee, or I'm just using that term. But the whole point is that we don't own social media. And even though I love social media, it's a great way to gain visibility, to provide authority, right? To establish authority in your industry. And so people know you're alive. It's very important. We don't own it. So if it goes away or it shuts down for a certain amount of time and you lose all your ads, or you lose
all that information that you've gained and all that stuff you put out there that's just gone forever, and you've built
they can ban you like that,
following and all this other stuff, and it's completely that's why you gotta have an email list, and you gotta have that text messaging list.
Exactly. So that's the thing. So I was, of course, sending out emails saying, hey, if you had a text list, you wouldn't be freaking out right now, you know, so 100%. Sign up for your free text marketing list. Anyways, but yes, exactly right. And we have to be owners of our own business. So we need to own our lists, email, text marketing. We need to, yes, use social, but download the content and put that on your website, your blogs, your videos, all that should be sitting somewhere that you control, because no one's the boss of you. You're the boss of you.
That reminds me, did anybody have to deal with last weekend the roadblocks going down? Holy cow. I'm in Las Vegas and Roblox goes down, and my kids are FaceTiming me. Dad, I don't know my password for Roblox. I'm like, I don't even know what Roblox is.
I don't know Roblox is. It's not a physical.
It's a
kid's video game, and it crashed for like 2 days, and so. Yeah, all these kids with this stuff, and they're like,
they have to go outside and play.
Oh yeah, how dare them?
God forbid they had to touch the dirt.
Yes,
and they had to go talk to each other face to face.
Yeah, and then my kids were like, I created a couple extra accounts, and it came back on. So should I delete those? I was like, just delete the whole game, son.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, have you guys ever seen the TV show? I'm not TV, the Netflix special called The Social Dilemma?
Oh yeah,
I've heard about it. I haven't watched it.
First, you should watch it.
Yeah.
I watched the night before Halloween, and I was scared.
Really?
I mean, I knew as a marketer, just because I've been in the world for so long, I knew those things were most likely true. Like I'd heard the way the algorithms work. I know all this stuff. but to the depth that it is true. And the thing that was the most scary for me is that what the things that we like, and I've always told this guy, I speak at schools, like how to get into college, how to use social media to get into the college of your dreams. I always say, don't click on things that you don't know, because, you know, all the algorithms start feeding you that stuff. And wouldn't that be embarrassing if your mom walks in and sees stuff that you clicked on because you're like, I don't know how they got there. Well, hello. Right. Anyways, but everything you click on. So in regards to right now, the complete divide of people, it's because anything you clicked on in the past, they're pushing more of that to you. So you only
it's ridiculous because like on TikTok, there's stuff where it's like, I don't want to see that anymore. I just clicked on one dang video and now you're just pushing all this crap at me. It's like block to try and hopefully get the algorithm to stop sending me that crap. I mean, it's like
so if you're conservative and you've clicked on conservative things, that's all you're going to see.
Yeah.
So when
you're
you
only going to see one viewpoint
table and somebody who's only been clicking on more liberal things says, no, I have all this information that this is true. And you're like, I have all this information that this is true.
It's confirmation bias.
It's because,
exactly what
you're not being fed anything else. Right. So anyways, sorry, it's kind of a side note, but that's the thing. And that's,
I mean, I love that rabbit hole.
Yeah. But that's another reason why you need to own your list. So you can text or email your customers, create a community that's not determined by other people.
No, I agree with that 100%.
So, Mary, we did have a question from George, who's always got really good questions for us when we come on live. At least we have one listener that listens to us live.
I see George.
So, hey, so he's you can read on the screen, but just for those that are listening, if you have a list of customers and recently purchased a software to perform multiple texts at once, example, service agreement customers, is it required to add an opt-out statement when using this only as reminders for maintenance due?
Yes.
So,
short answer. Yeah, and hopefully the system that you have automatically has as a default. They should. If they're a legal FCC approved system, the very first time they opt in, they're going to. And again, this is a little bit of a caveat. If you have a list of customers that have basically given you verbal or maybe written it down when they've come into the office, but they've given you verbal approval to send them a message, you can upload a list, and we do what we call a double opt-in. So it basically sends them a text that says, hey, this is Service Pros or whatever, the company name. We want to confirm you want to get texts from us for service reminders and updates. Click reply yes if you do. So that
is that required?
And that is required. Yes. So then everybody who opts back yes is now on your list. The people who don't aren't.
They're not.
Which sucks.
Well, yeah, that does suck because like I don't reply to those messages ever. Like, and I might want the information, but I get annoyed being asked that. Like, you already asked me that question once.
Right. Well, what you can do is say, and as a thank you, we'll send you back a $50 gift card. Yeah. So you're going to take that $50 off the $5,000, order base. It's not going to make a difference.
Mary trying to give away money over here.
But I'm just saying is, if it's worth the lifetime of that customer, be able to communicate to them, it might be worth a couple bucks to get them
totally worth it.
To be able, and then they might think of you when it's time for a refresh of their system. To use that $50 to be a drop in the hat.
This is really interesting to me because I am pretty sure that no CRM does this.
Not ours,
right
not
now,
in
our industries.
Yeah, not in our industry. That's definitely.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of the reminders, like, and it's great service. Like, we get a lot of customers that are super happy with text message reminders about their appointment, and like dentists do this a lot and stuff. They love it. Like, they'll put it in their reviews how they love it, but it's according to what we're talking about. We're not doing it legally.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like an advantage to people who are just starting out because they haven't, even gotten their customers even into their funnel, so to speak, right? Their sales marketing funnel. So by doing it right from the beginning, right? So we can't control the past, but we can control the future. So starting now by putting people through the proper channels, right? The proper pathway, you're just going to automate that and get them to feel the love, because that's something that is important to know about text. I keep looking for my phone. It's never 3 feet away from me, right? This is a personal device, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't even, like, when I first started talking about mobile back in 2007, people looked at me sideways like, what? Like, we have a family cell phone. I keep my cell phone in the car for emergencies. I'm like, okay. They said, I mark my words, in 5 years, you will not leave the house without your mobile phone, your keys, and your wallet. Like, you will not leave that, right? We freak out.
It's in my pocket at all times. And like, I stand
more
up from
likely,
a chair and I feel for my wallet and I feel for my phone. That's
right.
I'm more
And
likely to forget my wallet than I am my phone.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you panic. We do.
Now we can pay with Google Pay or something.
Like, is it in my bra? Is it in my pants?
Yeah.
Sorry, you boys don't have the bra thing.
I mean,
but
I don't have that issue, but yeah.
No, we don't.
But we do. We feel ourselves, oh my God, they're on my phone. And you race back to the house. Yeah. So, but like I said, when we first started, people didn't get it and they didn't understand. But when you start out that way, and again, the easy solution is to be able to send back your current customers and say, hey, we have this great way to give you incentives and keep, your systems fresh. And so you don't ever have a problem in the middle of winter or in the middle of summer. We have a way that we're going to do this with this new system. So please stay on our text list so we can reward you, because we're going to be giving away something every month, and we're going to invite you to our podcast to learn more or whatever. And it's what's in it for me.
That's very interesting. I think
like,
anyone listening to this is probably realizing that their CRMs are not doing this.
Probably, crap. What am I going to do now?
Well, Service Titan's probably going to be reaching out to you, Tersh.
I'm going to jail.
Hey, get Mary off the podcast.
Well, it's simple. Seriously, there's so much connection software like Zapier, however you say it.
Yeah.
That is an easy way to plug any software that you want into a current CRM, so you can make all your things work together. Because I'm the first to say, automate your business, because you got into your business either one for the love of the work or the love of the money. Right? You're doing it because it's something you're passionate about. You probably didn't get into your business because you're passionate about marketing it.
Yeah, well, I definitely didn't do it for the money. I did it. That would be the wrong reason, and I don't love it either. So I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I do love the marketing.
Houses with all the vermin. Is that what you like to do?
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's my favorite part. Rolling around with snakes and stuff.
Yeah, seriously, I admire you guys. The fact that you are doing this business willingly, you're the heroes out there. Like, we enjoy the fruits of your labor, and I'm willing to pay top dollar, because I don't want to crawl in the attic with all the rat poo and spiders.
That stuff is delicious.
Seriously, you guys are heroes in my book. I just want to say thank you on behalf of the country. The dirty job you do is appreciated.
Absolutely. 100%. Cool. Josh, do you have any other questions? I know I can see your gears turning in your brain.
Well, I'm looking at our website over here. The joys of having 2 and 3, screens where you can look at stuff and listen and all that. So is Brilliant Mobile, is that its own software, or is that a service? Okay. So that's a software. Does that have a Zapier integration?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Brilliant
Mobile Messaging, or Brilliant Mobile for short, is our software. Our company name is Another Brilliant Idea, because everyone needs another brilliant idea, right?
Yeah.
I was going to ask about the name, because I'm like, well, everybody wants a brilliant idea.
It's very obscure. We're trying to think. We morph into that. That's a whole nother. That's a bottle of wine story. But then we have products under that umbrella. So we have Brilliant Mobile Messaging, which is our software. We have Brilliant Mobile Apps, which is again another software. We have Brilliant School Apps, which is a very niched division. So everything. The reason they call me Mobile Mary, I do everything on the phone. Social marketing, text marketing, app marketing, everything is on the phone.
That's right up my wife's alley. She won't. I prefer desktop, just because there's more you can do. You can see different things, and everything's mobile phone. Everything. Yeah. I try to get her use a little Surface Pro, and she still would rather use her phone.
Yeah. Well, they call it now. Okay, so when we first started, like not even when I first started, because it didn't exist, but probably 5 years in, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, people started talking about the phone as the third screen. It was always like the third screen, always plan for the third screen. Now mobile is the first screen. So you have to plan your messaging, all of your emails, everything that someone is looking at it from their phone. And then if they are using it on their desktop, even better. But you have to make it short, sweet, concise. People don't have time or the energy or the desire to read more than 160 characters. I mean, you can get so much information packed into something small, and then people can get on with their day. Because believe it or not, as marketers, it's not about us.
I think that the whole 160 character thing has changed the way we spell words.
Yeah.
Like though, like I can't tell you how many times I'll read something and I'm like, that's not how you spell though. You're missing your U, your G, and your H.
Right.
It doesn't stop with O.
Tersh, this kills me. So my mom was like one of the last holdovers to get a smartphone. It was only like 2 years ago that she got one for Christmas, and I had to like help her set it up and everything. Like literally, it was.
That's hilarious.
But she goes from one of the last people, and she sends me a text, and I'm like, all these short codes, and I spell everything out, and I'm like, what the hell are you even saying to me? I don't even know what you're saying to me right now, and like this is so awkward. Yeah, and I'm like, you just got a smartphone. How do you know all this?
Does she call you a boomer now?
No.
Okay, Josh.
No, the kids do though. Anyone that's older than like 25 is a boomer, apparently. So
I love it. Yeah, well, you have to get creative when you have 160 characters. You becomes, instead of YOU, it's you, and you are, right? You are instead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to do that. I was a marketing and public relations major a few years ago in college, and my professors would roll over in the grave if bad pronunciation or spelling or phonetics or whatever. But it's just kind of necessity now, and and people, believe it or not, I don't know if you've ever seen those little memes where you can actually it's complete nonsense, but if you actually read it, your eyes actually make the words
correct. Yeah,
it's trippy because we've conditioned ourselves now to be able to read that kind of stuff quickly. So I guess we're evolving or devolving as a humanity.
Yeah,
I think we're devolving at this point.
That movie where like the smartest man in the world, where he goes forward in time like 100 years by mistake, and all of a sudden he's the smartest man on the whole world, and he's actually not that intelligent because he can put a square peg in a round hole. It's like
right, and now there's machines that do it for you. Yeah. Or that movie, I don't know if you guys have kids. Remember WALL-E?
Yeah,
the Disney movie where people floated around, right, in those easy chairs.
Yeah.
Their face, and they turn into these big fat blobs. Hello, COVID.
Yeah, that's me all day long.
Yeah,
I'm relating with that guy. Like,
it's like it has come true. It's so scary.
Give me that chair.
Oh, George has another.
George is full of questions.
Oh, and Ty.
So it says on the opt out, will that be required on every text or just the first one? I'm assuming that's just the first one. Yeah, once they're on the list, they're on the list, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
What's Ty saying? Ty says a link for the website doesn't work.
Did you put up a link?
What did I do wrong?
Good job,
what is your
Joshua.
what is it brilliantmobile.com?
Brilliantmobile.com, or if they want to get the what to do, what not to do text, they can go to anotherbrilliantidea.com. If they scroll down, I think to the third block, there's a free report. They just put in their email, and then I don't even have text on there, believe it or not. But it's like what to do, what not to do, the top 10 tips for success in texting or whatever.
It didn't work for me either.
So that would be really helpful for your listeners, because if they're currently using a system, they need to know what to do, what not to do. And there's also some tips on ways to keep people on your list as well.
Sweet.
Hey Mary, I think your site's either like loading slow or something right now. I got to work once and I was looking at it.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about all that stuff, but hey, if you have questions about air conditioning, I can answer that.
Yeah. Well, another brilliant idea works. I'll look at Brilliant Mobile.
Okay.
Another brilliant idea. Let's try that one.
They both are working for me, but again, it's probably cached in my system. Sorry, talk geek speak.
Another brilliant idea. Let's put that one up. That one worked right away.
I like that word, cash.
Let's
in my
even
pocket.
though sorry, you're not gonna. If you're on Facebook, it's anotherbrilliantidea.com. Apparently, Facebook won't put our comments through. Just YouTube will.
Oh,
but you can go there and get more information about. And you said you got your like a free.
yeah, there's a
What'd
free
you say you have
report.
on it?
Yeah, if
Free
they
report.
scroll down, I think to the third block, it says competition is fierce. Get a free report.
Yeah.
Fixing tips
Oh,
for-
I like that outfit. Orange and black. That's what's up. That's what
You
I'm
don't look
usually
very
wearing.
fierce in that
Orange-
picture, though. You gotta
orange
look
is
like
my
meaner,
signature
more
color.
fierce.
Is it? That's mine too, but I'm not wearing any today. I don't
Did
know
I
why.
need a facelift?
Tersh has got like a whole orange thing going on. Certain days
usually
he'll
am-
come on the show and he'll have all orange on.
I
That
need
is
an
a
orange
sign of
suit.
intelligence, Sturge. Thank you very much.
That's what's up.
Well, orange is a color that's playful. It's techy. It's refreshing, right? That's
Yeah. Well, that fits me perfectly.
there you go. How long
Awesome.
have you
Well, this
been in
was-
the
this was
in
a
the
ton of
service
fun.
business?
How long have you been in the service business, Josh? I've been in about 150 years.
When the dinosaurs
not
roamed
that
here?
old.
Back when
9
when
years.
Carrier
last
first came
year
about.
has been more on last year and a half has been more on the marketing side, of course, but managed 3 different service businesses, was on the territory sales side, just kind of did everything in
Wow.
that realm of things. I did everything but fix air conditioning. That's why I would hire guys like Tersh who are awesome at that.
Cool.
I'm awesome at telling people to fix stuff.
Delegation is key to any business growth when you scale.
Yeah,
You
I
know-
mean, some would call it delegation. It's more of like totalitarianism.
Well, and we got this podcast where everyone keeps telling us we got to delegate stuff, so we figured we'd learn something along the way.
Right?
Crack
Yeah.
that whip.
Yeah, well, they say I'm not bossy, I'm just the boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
I'm kind of bossy.
Awesome.
Well, I love what
Thank
you're
you, Mary.
doing because you're really helping people who are in that industry fine tune their messaging, fine tune how they can automate their business.
Yeah.
So obviously they can make more money and also they can spend more time with their family. So I think what you guys are doing is awesome. And, I appreciate you having on my show just to share a little sliver of how to do something. But I think it's exciting that people have the opportunity now to reach their customers intimately, find people that obviously know, like, and trust them enough to hire them,
hmm
and then will allow them to continue the conversation to keep that personal relationship going. So they think of them first versus
Yeah.
going and shopping a new HVAC service provider the next time they
Well,
need. You got to stay in,
yeah,
right?
and Mary from and I realized this a few years ago and it was just texting from my number personally, like to when I was doing sales,
Right.
follow-ups. I would try calling. Calling never, like, nobody ever calls you back anymore.
Right.
And this was a couple years ago. It's even worse now.
Yeah.
But text messaging, like I got responses literally. Even if it was a no, I got a response and I could move on.
Right.
But
No is just as good as yes in some circumstances.
it gets it off your plate. You get to the
Right.
next one, and
You
then you
move
figure out where
on.
you went wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
something
yeah.
that we talked about before the show, Josh, I don't know if I don't think we said it during the show.
Probably
Is that
not. That
people
always
are-
happens.
People are statistically texting business lines to get answers to questions really fast, like, are you open? What's your availability? All that kind of stuff. But normally if the company has not activated their phone number, their landline number for text, they just get bounce backs and frustrate their customers because sadly they don't want to talk to humans. So services like ours can actually activate a landline number. So on your truck or on your building or in your advertising, you can say text or call
Yeah.
900 air conditioning or whatever.
Yeah.
Then, or the local number, whatever it is, because then people can be like, oh my God, that's so great. I don't have to talk to a human. I could just ask my question and go. And then someone at your office
Yep.
be giving them, oh, yep, we can send somebody out right away, or here's a calendar link to pick your time or whatever it is. It's just more efficient. And I think people appreciate that extra customer service using the text, as you said, because people actually use it.
Yeah.
I'm
100%.
getting more people that we build sites where they want to have a text option on there and they have a different number or something. Otherwise, they get like some kind of bot, like a chat bot that can answer like the basic questions, right? Otherwise, if they want to get in touch with someone and they want someone to call them back, they'll just fill email, phone number, name, and we'll call you back.
Yeah.
So
you use chatbots, you use ManyChat?
No, I'm familiar with it though.
Okay. Yeah, because ManyChat has the feature. They have Twilio, which is the email-based text I told you isn't very reliable, and
Right.
it's kind of out of order text. but we can actually, through the API in the back, hook it up through Zapier, and then the system can go and put the mobile numbers into our software. You continue to use a mobile chat feature to get their attention while they're on social, but then the number is off the site, so you own it, and you can text them on your own rules. So, because there's lots of rules when it comes to Facebook messaging, which is, good for that. But again, you're the boss of you.
Yep.
Mark Zuckerberg is not the boss of you.
He thinks he is.
He's done changed the name of it now, or
Metaverse.
Yeah, he's obviously a Marvel fan because Spider-Verse.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I don't blame him, because there was, Facebook Inc. is the company, and then Facebook app is one of the apps, and he has 12,000 apps.
Oh yeah.
So he's just creating another brilliant idea is our corporate name, and then we have products underneath. So I understand.
Yeah, but it's still confusing. Like what he's got going on is way more confusing than normal. It doesn't have to be as confusing as it is.
He's trying to follow Google, but Google's way smarter than he is.
Mark.
Right. Mark, he's listening. They're listening to us all.
Yes,
yeah, I'm sure you heard me say that. So my account will be banned tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's record this.
We don't need this guy.
Yep.
Good thing this is recorded.
You're done.
Mary, this was a blast.
It was.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. And again, thank you for doing the work you guys do. I think it's really, really important.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's our pleasure. If anybody has any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we'll get you connected with Mary. Visit Mary's website too. Go ahead.
Go to your website, or if you want, you could text Mary, Mary, to 71441, and that will send you a link that you can get a free 15-minute consultation with me. I totally forgot. Mary, you should use your own product. Thank you very much. So Mary to 71441.
Okay. Awesome.
Got it.
Awesome.
71441.
Yep. Yeah, they'll get a little calendar link. They can set an appointment if they're interested. But if not, then you can get a link to the report that'll help you in your business.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, everybody should do that. Just everybody all at once right now. Just overload.
All the millions of people that are watching.
George, get on it.
George, Ty, we're waiting for you.
Yeah, it's absolutely cool. If anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we'll get back with you and get you connected with Mary. But I hope you have a wonderful and safe week until we talk again next time on Service Business Mastery Podcast. Peace
Thank
out.
you so much.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Service Business Mastery. Now that you are equipped with essential business advice from this impactful conversation, you are one step closer to becoming the successful owner of your dreams. If this episode has been helpful to your business journey, don't forget to subscribe to the show, leave a rating, and share it with other owners as well. Visit servicebusinessmastery.com to learn more.